What's going on, guys? My name is Impulse, and today we are going to be taking a look at 7 new guns that were shown during the Destiny 2 reveal livestream, which I believe could be new exotic weapons in Destiny 2. All these guns are either confirmed exotics or weapons that just look to me like they might be new exotics based off of their weapon model or how they performed in the gameplay. I went back through the live stream today picking out these guns as they appeared, and it took a good amount of time to put this video together, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could show some support for the channel by dropping a like on this video. It only takes a couple of seconds and it really helps me out. Now first off, we have one of the most infamous exotics in Destiny history, and that is the Dubious Volley. This weapon was data mined and found in the early stages of the Taken King release for Destiny 1, but was never actually found in the game. Bungie, however, decided to satisfy us by putting it in the first gameplay we ever see of Destiny 2 during the mission Homecoming, which takes place during Ghaul's first assault on the tower. Now in Destiny 2, it's very possible that this gun may not go by the name Dubious Volley, but is very clearly the same gun that we found in the beginning of the Taken King. As you can see, the Dubious Volley is a rocket launcher, but instead of firing one rocket at a time, it fires a volley, as its name implies. To figure out everything about this gun and how it functions, we're going to have to wait until release, but I can already tell you that it's most likely going to be one of the most sought after exotic weapons in Destiny 2. Next up is the Sweet Business Exotic Auto Rifle, even though it really doesn't look like an auto rifle. This weapon is the one that we saw multiple times in the gameplay throughout the live stream that looked like a chain gun or a minigun, which honestly just makes the gun look even more dope. As you can see, the perks on this weapon are Payday, which grants this weapon a large magazine and improved hipfire accuracy, and an unnamed perk that increases the range and rate of fire as the trigger is held down and automatically loads ammo pickups into the weapon. This gun was one of my favorites that they showed during the gameplay, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Now we have the new exotic hand cannon, which to me looks like Fatebringer 2.0, the Sunshot. A lot of people who were at the capture event actually used this gun in their captures of the new inverted Spire Strike, which is where it first really caught my eye. This gun is my personal favorite out of all the weapons that we saw, mainly because I think the gun model looks just beautiful. And while you shoot, as you can see, the end of the barrel sort of heats up and becomes more red as you keep shooting, which I think is just really pleasing to look at. Here you can see its perks: Sunburn, which grants explosive rounds and highlights your targets, and another perk which causes enemies killed by this weapon to explode into solar energy. Similarly, we have another gun that was used a good bit in gameplay, and that is the Risk Runner submachine gun. The submachine guns are actually a new weapon class to Destiny 2 in the energy weapon slot, but to me they seem a little weak from what we've seen so far in gameplay. I'll still definitely try them out, but from what I've seen in Strikes and Crucible, I'm not a big fan. Anyways, back to the gun itself. Its perks, as you can see, give the weapon increased damage as you take arc burn damage, and when that perk is active, this gun also has a chance to chain lightning and return ammo to the magazine. This to me just kind of sounds like a great value version of Zalo Supercell, but it's kind of hard to tell now since I haven't actually had the gun in my own hands to use. I like the Zalo though, so this gun might actually tweak my fancy. Now we're moving into the guns that aren't so much confirmed exotics, starting off with this new sniper rifle. We only saw it in 2 clips of gameplay, one of which looked like a strike or a story mission, and the other was some Gunslinger Crucible gameplay. Now in the Crucible gameplay, it's interesting because he one-shots this guy to what looks like his upper chest, which should be impossible for snipers. The only 2 explanations that I can think of for this are that he was already weak, because as you can see, some of these bullets go by which clearly look like they're aimed at him, or this weapon has some sort of damage boosting perk on it. The model of this gun also just seems too unique to me to be a legendary, which is why I think that we might be looking at a new exotic sniper. Next up is this Void grenade launcher, which is very reminiscent to me and many other people of the Gjallarhorn from Destiny 1. Grenade launchers are another new addition to Destiny 2, this time in the power weapon slot, even though I think most of us will still probably pick a rocket launcher or a sniper in that slot. You can also see it looks like this gun has a sort of laser sight on it from something like Call of Duty, so that might help this gun out in some way, making it more accurate or something. It also looks like on the end of this barrel there is some sort of lion or bear, which I think just makes it look really awesome. In the gameplay though, we can see him using it against some Vex enemies, namely a Minotaur, which I think would be its primary use with those damn void shields that Minotaurs have. Now on to our last weapon, which is this strange looking hand cannon. At first I thought it had just had a Word of Crota look to it with just kind of weird and random shapes on it, but if you look closer you can actually see that they're mice or rats or some kind of rodent. The gameplay itself doesn't actually reveal too much about the gun itself or how it handles, it just kind of shoots a group of Thrall and then the video moves on, but I thought that this weapon looks just simply too unique to be legendary. So there you guys go, that was just a sampling of the many exotic weapons that will be available to us in Destiny 2. I'm super excited for this game and can't wait to start collecting all these new exotics. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on these guns in the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any future Destiny 2 content. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see all of you in the next video.